No, thank you for the opportunity. As we celebrate the 80th anniversary of the creation of United Nations, we can see that the organization has been very important to preserve peace and security in the world. During very difficult times, as the current environment in which we are operating remains very important as part of our multilateral approach to solving problems which are common challenges to the humanity, where we need to work together to address them and to find solutions in which we can all live up to in terms of responsibilities. For sure that some institutions, some of the organs of the United Nations needs to be adjusted to the current development in the world, like the Security Council that needs to be reformed, the international finance institutions that needs to be more in line with the needs and requirements of the international community, particularly the Global South. But in general terms, we can say that it has been important to have such an organization, and has been aligned with the needs and the expectations of the international community.
Now, China has been very active at the United Nations. It's become increasingly influential, especially when we look at China's contributions in things like peacekeeping, development, as well as global governance as well. From Angola's perspective, how do you view China's contribution, and what role do you see China play in the future?
Well, we see China as an important member of the United Nations, one of the most important contributors to the regular budget of the United Nations, and implementing other initiatives like the UN Peace and Development Fund, which was created 10 years ago by China to support the United Nations in areas like peace and security, development, climate change. So it has been a very important and a very active player. And based on the good relations we have with China, we work very, very closely in many international issues. And China has been very important in G77 agenda, helping to move forward with such agenda within the UN system.
Now, China is also one of Angola's biggest economic partners, particularly when we look at infrastructure and energy as well. How do you see the future of the China-Angola relationship evolving? And how can this relationship advance Angola's development goals?
Well, we have established a relationship, diplomatic relations since 1983, and the partnership has been evolving. Since then, we had 6 presidential visits to China, 2 with the current president, His Excellency João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço, one in 2018, the last one, 2024, in which we signed more than 10 agreements of cooperation. We have been, benefiting from this relationship. We see China as an important partner to help us to advance with our development agenda. What we are looking for is to see more Chinese companies to be established in the country to help us to develop our industry, instead of just providing goods, to be able to produce them locally, so we can create more jobs, a broader base for economic development by having these companies producing in the country.
One of the disturbing trends that we see these days is how major powers are putting up protectionist barriers. They moving to a place where they're behaving in a unilateral way. From your perspective, what risks does that pose to the entire concept of multilateralism, and how can smaller states like Angola safeguard their own interests?
Well, we think that multilateralism is important to find solutions to problems affecting the international community. And that's the best way for all members of the United Nations to be able to participate in a very fair and equal footing. We think that the UN system needs to be reformed, and that's why, as Africa, we think it's important to reform the UN Security Council. In our case, to address an historical injustice, being the fact that we are the only continent not represented in a category of permanent members of the Security Council. We have put forward a common African position, which states that we should have 2 permanent seats and 5 non-permanent seats to be able to more effectively defend the interests of the African continent in the Security Council, and to be able to provide our views on how problems regarding peace and security can be addressed, even due to the fact that 60% of the Security Council agenda is related to conflicts in Africa.